Choosing the right team for your AI discovery meetings can make a project succeed epically or fail dramatically. Join me on this video to discover who is the right team for your initiative. Hi there, I'm Kelwin Fernandes, your AI advisor, and welcome to another AI Shot. In this one, I will show you who should be on each discovery meeting when you are planning to execute a new AI project. So as AI advisors, we run literally dozens of these kind of meetings every month. And the goal of these meetings is twofold. Basically, first of all, we want to understand what are the business needs, where is room for improvement, what are the main deficiencies of the current processes, and secondly, we want to propose solutions using AI models, using AI strategies, okay? So discovering the opportunity and then how to solve it. Then, as consultants, something we do continuously is to improve our processes. And as such, we just collected all the information we got from all of these projects, from all of these meetings, and what was the final outcome of the projects, how many roadblocks we faced, how many, bottlenecks, how much they deviated from the initial plan. And then we try to prioritize, which kind of priority meetings led to the best performing project, to the project that succeeded in the most efficient way. And that is what I'm going to bring you on this video. And that is what we condense on this tool that on our Day and Night tool that you can get access to on the link below in the description. So let's get into it. Basically, on each and every AI project, you will have kind of 5 main profiles during these discovery meetings. The first profile is the role of the CEO or the product owner, in case you're not working at a company level, but at a division level. And the main role of this person is basically to bring the company vision. They will have like a very horizontal knowledge about the company, and they will be like the decision maker that will then say yes or no, okay? Then we have, of course, the operations person, the chief operating officer or a line manager in your department. And the main goal is basically to have here vertical knowledge about the area that you want to optimize and to have someone that truly understands the process as a whole and how this process connects with the others. Then we have, of course, CTO or IT infrastructure. And the goal of this person in these discovery meetings is to determine the feasibility of the project, okay? Then we have the frontline workforce, which is the person which job we are trying to optimize, to improve, and it's the person that actually, they are like street smart, okay? That's what they bring to this project. They have this intelligence that only someone that it's there in the field facing the day-to-day problem can bring. What is their intuition? What are their insights? How are they making the call on every day, okay? And so they feel the main pain, and that is why you want to have them on these meetings. And finally, of course, we have the data science team. I prefer, in this case, data scientists than data engineers or data analysts, because data scientists have play a good role at translating business needs into technical requirements, and then you can build an entire technical team from it, okay? I have another video on data scientists, data analysts, or data engineers on who to hire first. Basically, in this case, for ideation, I prefer to have these meetings with data scientists, okay? So let me now show you that now that we defined who are the key stakeholders on these meetings, let me just show you our top to bottom priorities on which meetings we believe work better based on our past experience, and which ones tend to bring more bottlenecks down the road on our projects. Okay, so the best kind of meeting you can have is a meeting that involves these 5 roles, okay? These meetings will promote very divergent thinking, which is something we want to bring early on the process, so we explore a wide range of possibilities. But the main problem with this kind of meetings is that they are less concrete, or the outcome of these meetings tend to be with a less defined scope, okay? So most likely you will have like an initial meeting with all of these team members, and then you will try to narrow down the specification of the project, the final idea, once you have this clear view of the project. But try to have this meeting with all of these 5 members or all of these 5 roles, because you will have your best chances to actually identify a good opportunity and a good potential solution for it. Okay, now let's say that we don't have access to these 5 persons at the same time, that is tricky to put them together, or maybe you don't want to escalate the initiative that soon. So let's say that we have to make the call and remove one of these persons. Let's go to our second priority, which in this case we have 2 options for you, okay? One is basically removing the bottom line workforce, okay? So the person that will make the call on a daily basis, okay? And in this case, these kind of meetings will have a more horizontal ideation, because basically we are losing the person that have very specific pains from their part of the job, okay? And we will open up the discussion mainly for the operations manager or for the line manager to talk about the entire division as a whole. So the outcome of this this meeting will be more horizontal, but this project will face an acceptability risk, because we are not involving the work line manager, the final operator, in the process. So they may not like the outcome of it. They may not even use the outcome of this project. This is something that has happened to us, not involving, for example, the final customer support agents in the process. So then in the end they receive the predictions or the recommendations for the sales, and they don't execute them, because basically they weren't involved in the process. So they don't trust the process, or it's not actually well designed for the end user, which is this bottom line operator, okay? The alternative here will be basically to remove IT, okay? You can remove IT, and again, will be more business or process oriented and less technically oriented, and you will face a certain execution risk, okay? Because maybe you end up with an idea that seems to solve all your problems, but you cannot put it in practice in your current infrastructure. Depending on the context, you will have to choose between one or the other. If I had to choose one of them, I will choose removing the CTO or the IT manager from here. This sounds kind of crazy, but I prefer to face execution risk, because technology is something that you can build if you need it, than acceptability risk. If you can have the perfect project, but if you can't create engagement on the people that will actually benefit from it, the project will fail dramatically, even if you had the best solution or the best technical solution on it. So between these two, I will keep this one, okay? Basically having the CEO, the operations, the data scientists, and the workforce, the final line operator that will use this project, okay? Now, let's say we don't have access to these profiles. We want to have a more focused meeting. So who should be on these meetings? I like to have basically CEO or someone with the vision. I like to have operations, and I like to have a data scientist. The typical outcome of these meetings is much more business center, but you aggregate the two risks that we defined above, so acceptability risk and execution risk, but it will be way more business center, okay? So basically we will, and at a higher level, so we will remove all the street pains, all the daily routine pains from the work line worker, and we will mainly work at a higher level of the process, okay? Then we go to the final one, which is in case you don't want to involve all of these persons here together, or you don't have access to them because you're just starting on this process of building your company, just the CEO, someone with a vision, or a product owner and the data scientist all together, the two together, will give you a global long-term vision of your project. The main problems with the two problems with this kind of approach is that the idea that we'll get out of this will be less grounded, okay? So it will be more of a long-term, nice to have, ideal worst scenario. And of course you face an engagement risk on early stage adoption of this AI, okay? So these are basically the problems and the priorities that you should face here. So now I gave you 4 alternatives, actually 5, because there are 2 on the second level, which one you should adopt. My strategy is always go to the one on the top. So the one that is more on the top that you can afford, either because time allocation or because you don't have access to them. Try to choose the one that is at the top that you can. Let's say you can only face up to this level. Between these two, choose this one. Why? Because in discovery meetings, we don't want to end up with a final solution that you can execute on day one. We want to promote divergent thinking, because divergent thinking will promote the most, let's say, the widest range of possibilities. And here's where you can find disruption, okay? Disruptive ideas. So try to get to the top, as long as you are good at conducting these meetings, okay? And I'm talking to you as mainly the data scientist, the data team that is trying to connect all the dots between all of these stakeholders. So if you are good at mediating between different roles and different priorities, try to go to the top of this priority. If you are like a rookie data scientist, like you are starting on this thing of interviewing these stakeholders to understand the problem, start at the lowest point, okay? Only the CEO and you, or the product owner and you and yourself, trying to discover the business need and the AI, how to execute it with your AI, or how can AI solve it, and then move fast towards the upper levels, narrowing down not any line manager, not any operating person, but the one on the role that you already discussed in the prior level. Of course, you want to grow professionally and be able to conduct discovery meetings at the top level, but if you aren't used to it, start at the bottom. It's not a big deal. You will just need to conduct more discovery meetings to arrive to the final solution. Okay, remember at this stage, exploring, having a diverse set of options is more important than choosing. Okay, at this stage you want to create options. Again, I hope you like this video. Remember, there is bonus content in the description. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.